All right, real quick. Now that I've taught you a square knot, I really want to teach you how to tie a square knot bow. And I think that some of you, when you tie a bow, probably already tie a square knot bow, and some of you don't. But I want you to pay attention next time you tie your shoes and make sure that you're tying your shoes in a square knot loop, okay? Or a square knot without the ends pulled through. All right, so let me show you how that is. All right, so essentially, the proper way to tie your shoes, and I'm actually showing you an even better way than this, but is to tie your loop in your shoelaces as a square knot, meaning that if I pull these ends through, I would end up with a square knot. Okay. If you're not ending up with a square knot, if you're ending up with a granny knot when you pull the ends of your laces through, you want to reverse the way that you wrap your loop so that you end with a square knot. This is a much better knot than what I would call a granny knot bow. Okay, but what I really want to get at is that there's a much even better way to tie your shoes, but I want you to learn that square knot bow first. Okay, so the square knot bow first, and make sure that you're tying a square knot bow, and if you're not, you're gonna have to consciously correct that. I learned to tie a square knot bow because when you have shoelaces that are really thick, like if you've replaced your shoelaces with paracord, like I haven't, but on this pair of shoes, but if you have replaced your shoelaces with paracord, it's really hard to get paracord to tie nicely because it's a thick string. I have some other shoes, some moccasins that have like leather laces, and they all kept coming untied, and I realized it was because I wasn't tying a square knot bow, and I had to reteach myself how to do that. So we're going to come around and through, right? Then we're going to make a loop, and we're going to go back around, and we end up with a square knot bow. Okay, so if you know how to tie a square knot, it's the same motion, but you're just not pulling the ends through. Now, the far superior way to be tying your shoes, and somebody taught me this a few years ago, and I've tied my shoes this way ever since, really amazing actually, is that we're going to do the same thing we did with a square knot bow, but instead of doing that, instead of going around and through, I'm going to go around once and then around twice and through. Okay? And the cool thing about this knot, and when you get done with it, you'll see there'll be two wraps here, is that I never double knot my shoes anymore. I haven't for years. This knot really will not come undone. The cool thing also about it is that it comes undone really easily when you want it to come undone. So normal square knot bow, but instead of going through, around and through, we go around once, around twice, and I go around my finger and then pull this loop through and then tighten it up. Never double knot again. Always get your shoes untied really fast. Never have your shoes come untied when you don't want them to come untied ever again, really. Okay, square knot, one around, two around, and through. It took me a couple weeks of consciously doing this every time I tied my shoes to get it. Now it's just muscle memory and it's really easy. Highly recommend. This is one of my favorite knots of all time.